Hey guys, Tomboy601, and headline readers around the world were outraged when Kotaku published this article right here. Today, we're going to be diving in, talking through some of the bad takes I saw, and where I truly think the industry is leading. Because, like it or not, Ubisoft not wanting you to own your games is telling of where the video game industry is headed. Now, the most common reaction I think I saw out of all of this was the "you'll own nothing and you'll like it" sort of reaction. I feel like that was the #1 vote on a ton of threads I ever saw. It was either that or, "oh no, I won't own my Ubisoft games because I don't even play them now." You know, that was one of the two, those were the two things. But I found that reaction a little interesting. So just to get behind the behind the scenes of that phrase, the "you'll own nothing and be happy," it's a phrase that originated in 2016 in a video by the World Economic Forum summarizing an essay written by Danish politician Ida Auken. Auken had previously written in 2014 about a hackathon at the WF that proposed Fridge Flicks, a startup that would allow a user to lease all their household appliances from a provider that would also service and upgrade these appliances. The proposed company would reduce the risk of residents incurring costly repairs and would work with energy suppliers to reduce power consumption of appliances. It was in 2016 when Auken published the essay originally titled "Welcome to 2030, I Own Nothing, Have No Privacy, and Life Has Never Been Better." It was later retitled "Here's How Life Could Change in My City by the Year 2030. On the WEF's official website, it described life in an unnamed city in which the narrator does not own a car, a house, any appliances, any clothes, and instead relies on shared services for all their daily needs. Auken later added an author's note to the story, responding to critics stating that it's not her utopia or dream of the future, and she had intended for the essay to start a discussion about technological development, but depending on your political leanings, what Auken describes probably either sells like a communist hellscape that we're all destined to, or some corporatist hellscape that we're already living in. And neither of those sound appealing particularly to me. So let's get back to the article, because I think that's enough of a back end on just that little bit. But now, while Kotaku wrote the inflammatory headline, the original interview was conducted by GameIndustry.biz with Philippe Tremblay, who's the director of subscriptions at Ubisoft. I know it's an interesting title to have, director of subscriptions. If you have time, I do suggest that you read the article. I'll go ahead and link it down below in the comments. The interview is structured around Ubisoft launching a new tier to their Ubisoft Plus program for the PC, hence why they were interviewing the director of subscriptions. Now, the quote that set this all off was this: "One of the things we saw is that gamers are used to, a little bit like DVDs, having and owning their games. That's the consumer shift that needs to happen. They got comfortable not owning their CD collection or DVD collection. That's a transformation that's been a bit slower to happen in games. As gamers grow comfortable in that aspect, you don't lose your progress. If you resume your game at another time, your progress file is still there. That's not been deleted. You don't lose what you've built in the game or your engagement with the game. So it's about feeling comfortable with not owning games." Now, I know one quote from the entire interview doesn't paint the picture of what he was saying, but I do feel like Kotaku maybe pulled that headline out to try to inflame some people. I think it is to be noticed that Tremblay and Ubisoft aren't trying to stop you from buying games. They're just noticing what the current market is like, and you would expect that in an interview conducted by GameIndustry.biz. And he goes on in the interview and makes more observation about the current market of the games industry. He says, The point is not to force users to go down one route or another. We offer purchase, we offer subscription, and it's the gamer's preference that is important here. We are seeing some people who buy choosing to subscribe now, but it all works. I don't have a crystal ball, but when you look at the different subscription services that are out there, we've had rapid expansion over the last couple years, but it's still relatively small compared to other models. We're seeing expansion on consoles as the likes of PlayStation and Xbox bring in new people. On PC, from Ubisoft's standpoint, it's already been great, but we are looking to reach out more on PC, so we see that an opportunity there. And with all of that said, I'm just going to have to say, I think I kind of agree with him. The gaming consumer isn't really there yet. There is a distinct appeal to being able to buy physical games and then be able to redeem them for a little bit of value when you go and purchase a new game at something like a GameStop. Mind you, the transition from physical to digital has very much, I feel like, taken hold. For example, Xbox is clearing copies of Starfield from Walmart right now. Now, this move may just be a result of poor sales on Starfield's part, but it could also be pointing to the beginning of them just stopping to make physical copies of their games. If Game Pass has been the success they are touting it to be, then it would check out that physical sales of their games have slumped to the point where it no longer makes financial sense for them to produce it. And that's just the transition to digital. And I think we're already in a world where they are pushing for that transition to subscription-based plans. And for that to be successful, I think they are going to have to win people over one by one. And in order to do that, I think the only answer is value. And thankfully, our monkey brains aren't really wired to think long term. If we see a deal, we are always, our brain chemistry is always there and wired to get us to take the here and now deal that is on the table and not try and think about the long term. And, full disclosure, I'm one of those people. I actually subscribe to Ubisoft Plus. I subscribe to Game Pass. But that's because what Ubisoft Plus offers right now is appealing to me. The plan for Ubisoft Plus is you get to play all of the Ubisoft games a couple days early. You get all of the DLC for those games as long as you're subscribed. And you get them on any platform that you choose to play on. So for me, for my, I think, $17 a month, I can go play it on my PC. I can play it on my Xbox. I can go get my RG Ally, play it there. And in theory, the save transitions between all of them. There's been a struggle there. I will be 100% honest. That's probably where they need to work the most, because there's been times where the save just doesn't want to transfer between PCs and Xboxes. But it's incredibly appealing. Since subscribing in October, I've played Assassin's Creed, Avatar, and right now Prince of Persia. And then next month comes out Skull and Bones. And you know what? For the price of one full price game, I will be able to have played all 4 of those games and enjoyed my time with them immensely. So they may have some kinks to work out, but this strategy, and it's one of those things where I think right now will always be the worst that it is, and it's only going to get better from here. And to me, that's a good thing. The games industry is one of the largest entertainment mediums in the world, and the bigger it gets, the more room for different business models to succeed. And for now, I'm here for some subscriptions. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this little video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.